Hello, and welcome to Psychology class. Have you ever wondered why some people will look at you and smile as they pass you in the hallway while others seem preoccupied with their feet? Why some people choose to have pets and others not? Why some people choose to help those in need and others seem more absorbed with taking care of themselves? Psychology seeks to answer those types of questions. It's the scientific study of the mind and behavior. It seeks to find out why people do what we do. Why do people respond to certain situations, crises, or trauma a certain way? One of the things that makes psychology so difficult or complicated is the fact that every individual is different. We've all experienced different things in our lives, and we've all processed those experiences differently. We call them factors. And we say that those factors are multiply determined. So picture a small snowball. Okay, as you roll it in the snow, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. As you grow and you experience new things, those factors multiply. And they all work together to inform how you respond to your next experience. So saying that means that every individual is going to react to every situation just a little bit differently. So why do psychologists bother if they're not going to be able to ever predict human behavior? Because psychology can tell us a lot of other things. It can help inform how we treat people who've developed mental illness. It can also inform us on how to avoid developing certain mental illnesses. It's not just about making sick people healthy or helping ill people have a good quality of life. It's about helping happy people stay happy. Psychology looks at a wide variety of things and on a variety of levels. We're going to talk about 3 of them, or I want you to keep 3 of them in mind. The lower level, what we call the biological level, looks at things like chemical imbalances in the brain or physical traumas that occur when we're injured, brain injuries, concussions, and it treats them medically oftentimes. So let's take depression as an example. If I were to go to the doctor complaining about being depressed, they're going to talk about the chemical imbalance in my brain and probably give me a prescription at the lower level. If they're looking at the middle level, they're going to look at those interpersonal relationships. What's going on in my life? Did a relationship just end? Am I under a lot of stress? Is there some big event that has occurred in my life? And they're more likely to treat with therapy, going to a counselor, than with medication. And they might use both. But then the higher level is the social cultural level. So I go to the doctor complaining about being depressed, and the doctor's going to say, well, that doesn't surprise me because in the U.S., women are twice as more likely than men to experience depression. While that's not very encouraging to me as a woman, it creates more questions. Why is that? Is it because women are twice as likely to go get help, and so they know about more women who are depressed? Is it because of the way women just innately handle life events or circumstances? Or are you going to try to tell me that women are twice as likely to have a chemical imbalance of the brain? Well, those are areas for more research. And psychology looks at all of them. Another thing that further complicates psychology is the fact that there are multiple theoretical approaches to answer all of these questions. Some theories suggest that we shouldn't try to look at the mind at all because, well, you can't really study that. You can't see it, but you can see behavior. So we should study behavior and how to retrain people's behavior, to change their behavior. That's one way to look at it. There are other theories who say everything is in the structures of the brain. So if there's anything wrong, then we need to look at what physically is going on with the brain, what area of the brain didn't develop correctly, or what area of the brain has had trauma, and we're going to use that to determine why their behavior is what it is. Well, that's another way to look at it. And there are approaches all over the map, theories all in between. But they all use the scientific method to try to answer their questions. That's the one thing that unites psychology. As broad of a science as it is, and as many questions as it tries to answer, and as different as all of us humans are, psychology is a science, and the one thing that unites it is its use of the scientific method.